two there. We need to do one, then the other. And part of this negotiation is about, I guess, seeing what we can both offer each other too. So if we get too caught in our own sort of bubble, it's sometimes we get stuck in positions and it's hard to move forward. Yeah. So it is thinking about what you can both do to make this work today too. So having said that, are one of you willing to offer the other one to start?
Well, you can start.
Ladies first.
Thank you, Sam. And so, Maya, you're comfortable then for Sam issue to go second?
Oh, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah, I'd
great.
like to hear what he's got to say.
All right,
Okay.
so let's talk about, now just one last thing. I'm going to pause you because I'm going to check you're hearing each other. So I'll let you talk for a little bit and then I'll pause and then just check the other one's heard it before they get a response. Okay, so do you want to start then, Mai, about yours was the way of speaking, is that right?
Yeah, Sam, I just find the way that you speak to me is very harsh. I feel like you're attacking me every time you talk to me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mai. So Sam, before you respond, I can see you reacted there. Okay, this is not meant to be a performance, but anyway. Stay and roll. All right, before you respond, what are you hearing Mai say?
That she doesn't like me.
Okay, I don't think that's what she said. Can you say no, just say that again, just to make sure that Sam's hearing.
I find the way that you speak to me is very harsh. You come across very assertive towards me.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Sam, before you respond, what are you hearing Mai say?
She doesn't like the way I speak.
Okay, what did you hear her say specifically?
That it's harsh. And I don't know, I forgot the other thing, but she said it's harsh.
See what I mean?
Well, I'm going to just pause. I know it's difficult. We've just got to stay on track. Okay, we've just got to stay on track. Okay, both of you. Sam, what's your response to that?
Well, I don't hear that. I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I
You're not aware of
I
that?
have no idea.
Okay.
Don't know what. I think she's just kind of making it up, really.
That's
not the
okay.
case,
Okay.
no.
Well, let's just check in. So, let's try not to react too much to each other. Can you give a little bit more detail or an example of that might help Sam become more aware of that?
Yeah. When you talk to me, you're very undermining. You'll say that I'm not doing something right, or I'm talking too loud, or you can't hear because I'm on the telephone doing my job. I just don't think that you like me, so you just nitpick.
Okay, so what are you hearing there, Sam?
That she's saying she doesn't like to be told to not talk loudly when she's on the phone, and that's the next issue that we're going to talk about, because she's always talking loudly on the phone. And how else do you tell another human being to not talk loudly on the phone?
Okay.
She's got a mega voice. Booming.
Says you.
I think can we just stay and roll? Can we just stay and roll?
All right.
Can we just stay and roll? Thanks, Scott.
Let's pretend I didn't say that.
I think we need to stay and roll.
Thank you, Shell. Telling me what to do again. Now let's look. We need to keep this constructive.
All right, let's do this properly. Okay,
Let's do it. Let's be more specific.
Yep.
Let's talk about what you need from one another regarding this issue of way of speaking. I know the phone volume's in there as well, both under communication. Can you? What would you need from Sam for this not to be an issue for you?
I think it comes across, honestly, Sam, the tone that you use. You don't use the same tone with, Frank over there, it only seems to be directed at me. Yeah, I talk loudly on the phone, I get a bit passionate. And it's not all the time, let's be honest.
Okay, so I'm going to pause you there. What are you hearing there, Sam?
That she wants me to change my tone of voice.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
If it wasn't a frustrating situation, I could change it.
Okay.
But frustration sounds like that.
Okay.
And that's what I'm frustrated at. Because I've asked her to keep her voice down. She won't do it.
Okay.
Therefore, it escalates.
So then you get frustrated and then
I
your
get frustrated
tone will
and then
come.
my tone of voice changes.
Okay. What are you hearing Sam say?
That I talk too loud,
And what else did you hear?
that's all.
Could you just briefly
I
explain
said
that?
that it might not start off with a negative tone of voice, but I get frustrated because I ask you to keep your voice down. You don't keep it down. I get frustrated and my tone of voice changes.
What are you hearing there, Mike?
She gets frustrated with me, sorry, he gets frustrated with me. And that's why the tone of voice changes.
Okay. So what's your response to that?
I hear it, but will I take it on board? Will I change that? Maybe, maybe not. That's who I am. I talk loud on the phone. Nobody else seems to complain.
Let's just keep between the two of you. This is only going to work today if you're both willing to look at what you can both offer each other. It's not about changing who you are or your personality. It's about looking at what is going to work here that you're comfortable to offer, that's going to make your relationship more harmonious in the workplace.
Okay. So do you think I talk loudly on the phone all of the time? Or is it just certain times?
Actually, it's all of the time. I know you don't mean to, but it's just the way you talk. So that's why I like to work from home all the time.
Okay.
Because I think it's like impossible to change because that's just the way you talk. And there's no other place I can work here. This is the only place I can work in here.
Okay.
So I will not be angry or frustrated if we don't have the thing to be frustrated about, which is the tone of voice.
So what are you hearing Sam say there?
Oh, that she wants to work from home because she doesn't like my tone of voice when I'm on the phone.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you can not talk loudly, I won't get frustrated and you won't have to put up with my angry tone of voice.
Okay. So what I'm hearing, what were you going to say?
I feel like you want to come back as the negotiator and say, okay, I have to be quiet every time I'm on the phone.
Just stay and roll. What I'm hearing is that this could potentially work if there was some willingness to adjust to some degree. So you're saying that you would be more mindful of your tone
Yes.
if Mai was more mindful of her volume.
That's right.
How do you feel about that? And again, it's not about changing who you are.
No, it's working collaboratively together, I suppose.
It's just being a little bit adjusting
others.
for each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, considering each other.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll stop that if if we both do it,
Yeah.
maybe it'll work.
okay, that's a nice offer. How do you feel about that? How hard?
I will try. Yeah, exactly. How hard will it be? So, as you would know, I talk loudly on the phone all the time. So I will try to reduce my tone on the phone.
Okay,
Yes.
I think it's more the volume.
Oh, the volume. Okay, sorry. I will.
Yeah, your volume. This one's got the tone.
Oh.
So your volume.
Needs.
How are you going to be more aware of that? If that's your natural way of speaking, it's you're not trying to say she shouldn't speak like that. Is more just being aware? Is that what we're talking about?
So I can just be aware that I talk really loudly.
and adjust. It's about how can you adjust that and be aware of it so it's not.
Yeah, it's considering others.
Yeah. So I want to get a little bit more concrete on that. How do you become aware? How do you adjust that? How do you become aware of your tone so that you don't?
Do we just tell
Well,
each
maybe
other when
we
it's
can
happened?
say a nice word to each other to remind each other.
Okay.
Maybe you can say a word to me if my tone's inappropriate. Maybe I'm saying something that's humorous,
Rainbows and unicorns.
like a key word as a reminder that's not gonna.
That we're not glaring across the desk
That's
at each
right.
other. Yeah, that we're.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's not going to inflame things.
Yeah.
Nice.
So maybe something like, you know,
Happy banter with us.
or Batman or something.
Yeah, exactly. A happy, yeah. Something
Batman?
that's a bit funny, so that we have a giggle about it when we say it to each other.
Okay.
That might be a report, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
That might work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I was to write this up as an agreement, what would I write down? What are you both agreeing to here?
We say Batman.
All right, let's pause this. Give him a round of applause. Wow. That's some of the most difficult clients I've ever had.
Come and work with us.
Scott,
Yes.
you as a mediator not get frustrated at.
Yeah.
You can. But you saw that I tried to pull them up.
Yeah.
So I tried to say, hey, what are we here for today?
And what if one is more dislikable than the other?
No, who do you like?
It's a fair. I'm looking at both of you. No, because one could be potentially
Yeah.
more, you know.
More challenging. It's probably more, it's not so much dislike, it's more probably they are behaving in a way that's not helpful for the mediation. And so you have to challenge it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why the rapport is important, that you have that rapport where you can challenge.
And would there be any point that you would just call it? And
Yeah, well, I'd say I think we need to have a break. And I'd like to speak to you both separately. And then when I speak to that person, I'd say, what's going on? Yeah, I'm not feeling you here with the right intent to sort this out. What's happening for you?
Yeah.
And try to challenge them a little bit in the break. Yep. Well done you two, because that was challenging for me. I've done bloody 500 of them. What was the thing that stood out for you in terms of how I facilitated that? Was there something in particular that you went, that worked, or what was the thing that stood out?
You just
Tone?
remained on the same level the whole way through.
Same level?
Yeah, and that continually kept them down.
Yep, nice. Controlled it. I had to control it because they were going to take over.
Yeah.
So I had to be fairly assertive.
you kept pausing them to make sure that they understood.
Pausing.
When the word was different.
Yep.
You go, is that what you actually said? No, it
Yep.
wasn't.
Yeah, especially when they said they don't like me.
Well, I've purposely, you know what?
No, it's good.
People are emotional. They
Oh, they do.
stop hearing. They go
They
deaf.
amazingly hear something different.
Yeah.
They really do. That is not uncommon.
That's it.
Yep.
Good job, Shell.
That's what I think initially role play that.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
You were
Someone
difficult.
just-
Yeah. Any other bits that stood out?
If Leah needs mediation, Beck's doing it.
Huh? Like that. Yeah. I'll pass it on to someone else. Josh has got a question.
I think you just kept getting them to rephrase.
Yes.
And getting them to talk to each other.
Yes. Yep, I did. And I had to I was a bit stuck because I saw it so differently. I had to go, right, what do you both need? I jumped there quicker than I normally would because I felt there's not that much helpfulness in them talking about it and going, well, you're loud, you've got a bad tone. It's like, well, this isn't helpful, let's move forward.
Yeah.
So that's where I went, well, what do you both need from one another? Let's talk about that. And then they come up with Batman. So But you know what? Move on, you two, let it go.
Get out of roll.
Out of roll. D-roll. No, If that's going to work for them, I will check it out. Do you think that's going to work? Do you see any problems with it or any holes in it? Can you see any ways that that won't work? If that's going to work for them, that's fine. You just got to check that they're going to commit to it.